Yo, 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 what's going on, y'all? It's Ben's day. He talking with the media today. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to watch it and, you know, talk to y'all about it, give my little reaction. You know, if you miss it, you can always put your little reply or your rebuttal or whatnot, your reaction. Put that thing right up in the comment section. We can have the conversation. But it's wild card week. We got the Chiefs. Stills for Seven podcast episode 85 will be out on Friday. Be on the lookout for that. And without further ado, enough of me talking, man. Let's get into the guy right here. You feel me? Let me get to Big Ben. Let's see what he talking about, man. Hold on. Let me make sure everything right.
You're thinking when you thought maybe that was your last game.
Yeah, I wish I would have went to bed instead of staying up and watched it. The stress, but what a crazy game, crazy ending. You go into the evening excited about getting in, and then your hopes start to dwindle there for a little while, and then in the last drive, you really think they're going to play for the tie. But there's other plans out there.
And you hear the phrase "playing with house money," where teams are loose, they go in and get no pressure. Do you have that sense that you guys discuss it as being loose?
We haven't discussed it, but I think, I would assume as a group you understand that, we probably aren't supposed to be here. We're probably not a very good football team. Out of 14 teams I think are in, we're probably number 14. We're a double-digit underdog in the playoffs. So let's just go play and have fun and see what happens.
Like your friends posted a screen recording the FaceTime when you found out that you guys were in. At one point you put on a Raiders helmet. Where did that come from?
Yeah, that's a signed Shane Leckler and Sebastian Janikowski helmet that I had, and I put it on just for fun on the last drive, just was FaceTiming with. So as you can see, it didn't fit very well.
You were a young guy in '05, and it was like winning for Jerome, wasn't winning for Jerome, and now you're sort of in Jerome's position. I'm sort of, what is that? What's it sort of like? I mean, guys, even a lot of people maybe express wanting to sort of, succeed, and it's hard to help kind of go out.
Yeah, they do, and I want to just pass along my, words of wisdom to them. It's kind of one of those things where, you never really know if you're going to get a chance to get back. And when I tell them that, they look at me like, "Well, you've been here 12 times in 18 years." It's kind of I just try and reiterate to them that you just got to appreciate, you got to understand it, that you have to go out there and just fully commit everything to it because every mistake is magnified, and but you got to go have fun at the same time. So hopefully they all understand, and I think they do.
Does this have any 2005 vibes?
That was so long ago. A lot of these guys were in middle school or elementary school when that was going on. So, yeah, I mean, a little bit. I think that team was a really good football team, and we're not as good of a football team as we were then. But anything can happen.
Were you able to appreciate in '05 what Jerome was going through at that time, or were you still just too young and he had somewhat like some of these guys?
Probably a lot like what these guys are. I mean, I wanted to go win it for Jerome, because you know what he meant. Maybe they feel the same way. I don't know. It's not like Jerome ever came to me and said, "Guys, let's go win it for me." He didn't have to say that. We wanted to win it for him anyway, and so I think I understood wanting to win it for him. But I was only 2 years with Jerome, so I didn't have the 5, 6, 7, 10-year relationship with him like some of those guys did. I wish I would have had, but you just at that point you just want to go win a football game too.
Ben, had you given any thought to like the similarity to maybe Indy in '05? You lost to them early in the year. They were the number one seed. You have the underdogs, and then you
Didn't even put all those things together. I mean, I know what we did, but thank you. I appreciate that. You know what? Like I said, and I don't want to take anything away from this team, but that was a pretty good football team. We had some Hall of Famers on it and stuff. Not that we don't have some really good football players here, but we have a long way to compare ourselves to that team, in my opinion.
and Mike talked about they wanted to reboot for this game plan, but do you feel like you guys have gained something, resilience, whatever, over the last couple of weeks that will make a difference going in this time?
I mean, I hope so. I hope we don't go in there and get blown out by 20 or 30 points. We'll get. I don't think Pat didn't play in the first one, and we'll see what happens. I mean, they didn't have guys playing on their team either. So, from what I understand, I'm sure both teams will be close to full strength as you can get at this time of year. And we'll just go. Hope we can keep it close.
Is there something to knowing how to win a playoff game, or is it a game but it's just intensified? Is there a knack to knowing how to win?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I try to tell some of the young guys is every mistake is magnified. Even a third down drop can be magnified, because the other team you're playing is a really good football team too, obviously, and so they can capitalize on your mistakes. So I've been in a lot of these games where the team that makes the fewest mistakes is going to win, and so. Just try and tell those guys that, listen, we got to go out there and you got to play free and have fun, play football, but understand that it does even get a little bit faster and the intensity does pick up.
And you mentioned 12 times in 18 years you've been to the playoffs. You've done it clearly a couple times. But what does this week feel like?
Oh, it's special. I think no one knew if we were going to be here, and I didn't know if I'd be talking to you guys again, and I'm lucky I get to talk to you guys again and everything. And so all these things, we're lucky we get to do another week of meetings, another week of practice, another week of working out together, like all this stuff. And so I just try and, never take it for granted and, enjoy every minute of it because we don't know if we'll be here next week.
You went in there in 16 and won, to get to the AFC Championship game. Do you remember much about?
No, I don't. Sorry, I don't remember. I don't think back too much. Sorry.
When you have a team as young as this one, how important is it to have a coach like Mike Tomlin that's been pretty consistent in messaging and kind of holds steady through a season that has a lot of ups and downs like this one?
That's important. I mean, a guy that kind of says the same things over and over, and is, like you say, consistency at a time like this is important.
I don't believe the year Mahomes got drafted, correct me if I'm wrong, he came in here for a visit, you stuck your head in, and you said, hey, how you doing? At that point, did you remember what you said to him other than that? And did you figure
Yo, I need that beanie, yo. I need that hat, Ben. I need that hat. That's all I gotta say about that. Real.
that he would be the quarterback he is today?
I don't remember exactly what was said. I do remember that, peeking my head in. I don't know if anybody. I mean, he maybe he expected to be this good, but man, is he taking off, and he's a fun football player to watch. I have a lot of respect for his abilities and the way he can throw the ball and run the ball, and he's an all-around great football player, and I just hope this week he doesn't play well.
You talk about mistakes and turnovers for a big part of the last game against this team. How do you balance, especially with young players, it's a big stage, guys have a strong desire to do well, but not getting out of themselves and getting to a place where they can make a negative play?
Yeah, it is very important that you understand how important, like I talked about, every single play is and whatnot. There's going to be a storm. You have to weather it. You hope that you are able to produce a little bit of a storm for them too. But, it's just understand the importance of every play. But it is a fine balance and not put too much pressure on yourself. But listen, we're just going to go out and play carefree and whatever happens, happens.
You win the toss in this one. Do you want the ball or you want the second half?
I had to look at the weather a little closer. I think there's a big part to do with that if there's any weather issues.
Dan, when you guys have when you have a rough game, you often say, like, we look at the film and then we delete it and we move on. This is 3 weeks after you've just seen these guys that didn't go well. So do you make yourself go over it again, or is it a totally new?
No, we definitely look at it again and look at their other opponents that they played since us and just see if they're doing anything different. So, at this point, no stone. You can't leave any stone unturned.
You and Mike T have won a lot of football games together. What is it about your relationship that's helped the two of you get to this point?
I think longevity, communication. I think any relationship, no matter what it is, when you communicate with each other well, you can get along and things can understand. And even when you don't get along, you can understand each other. So I just think we communicate well.
Couple more.
Did you change your coin toss, Paul?
I did.
Good.
Didn't matter. Doesn't matter. I tried to mix it up and it didn't work.
Last one. Ben, you mentioned playing carefree. The last couple playoff games you guys have been in, you've been at home, you've been favorites, you've been a top seed, and now this is different. In a way, it's one thing to say, hey, we're carefree, but this way, does it really feel like it's,
Yeah, we're probably 20-point underdogs, and we're going to the number one team that's, I know they're not the number one seed, but they're the number one team that's won the AFC the last 2 years. Arguably the best team in football. We don't have a chance. So let's just go in and play and have fun. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. After sitting and listening,
Good afternoon. Like always, I'll start with a review of our last.
after listening to that, the press conference, the temperature of the press conference, man. Let me resume my game now. But yo, it was so different from Mike Tomlin's press conference. It was a lot of friendly questions being asked to Ben. Ben was honest for the most part. You know, numerous occasions he said, "This team, we're not a good team. We're not a good team. We're not a good team. We shouldn't be here." You know, but with him saying that, it's like, yo, we going just because it's like there's no expectations at all, and teams that go in, like the Steelers in '05, they reference that a lot. The Steelers team in '05, they lost probably like three. I want to say like 3 games in a row, something like that. It didn't look too well, and then they took off. They took off 6th seed, ended up winning the Super Bowl. The Giants, I believe the Giants did it as a 6th seed too. When they beat the Patriots, they may have been the 6th or the 5th. I'm not too sure about that. But when you don't have expectations and your team has the talent, because the Steelers team has talent, but it's like a lot of them just lack the experience to actually be dominant on a consistent basis. Only a couple guys on the team that win their matchup almost all the time. T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, Minka, let me see. On offense, sometimes like Deontay for the most part. As of late, Ray McLeod gets out his breaks the quickest out of all the receivers, and that's why he gets rewarded the way he does from Ben, like with the targets and whatnot, and kind of put James Washington in the, I don't want to say doghouse because I think he's on the COVID list right now. But we're not going to see James Washington anymore for the Pittsburgh Steelers because the way Ray McLeod is balling. I like the temperature, man, because if it comes from Ben, I guarantee when I see the other interviews, the other press conference from the other guys, the temperature will be the same. The defenders will probably be a little more edgy. You know, just a little bit. No Joey Porters. There's no Joey Porters on the defense, man. You know, that's a total difference from that '05 team, because Joey Porter really talked. Like he wrote a big check that the Steelers had to cash. The Steelers defense really had to cash, you know, and for the most part they did that on that run. It's for the bus. You know, the Super Bowl was in Detroit, where Jerome is from. It was a beautiful story, and we seen that story a few times after that with Michael Strahan, Ray Lewis, Peyton Manning, I believe. You know, and why can't it not happen with Ben? Ben was a part of Jerome's, and it's only right for the story of the NFL in the history books that Big Ben Roethlisberger went out the way he came in. He didn't come in winning the Super Bowl. He won the Super Bowl the second year, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. A winner. In the Tom Brady era, Big Ben, you could still call him a winner. You know? But it seems like the team is happy. The team is focused, but not so focused that they're nervous or whatnot. I feel like they're comfortable. Like, yo, we not supposed to be here. Yo, we about to really lock in and have fun. We about to go out here and have fun. We already played the Chiefs, so we already got tape on what the Chiefs does well against us. One of our biggest issues was, you know, stopping the run, which was crazy. And even last week, Latavius Murray had a lot of yards. But I was on a few big runs. I feel like even though he had those big runs. Overall, the running defense wasn't too terrible, man. It wasn't too terrible, but we definitely need a little bit more. I actually like how Isaiah Latimer played. I like Adams since he came in. He's playing his position very well. That's a guy that knows his position. Cam is Cam. So at this point right now, on Wednesday, we'll be a few days away. I'm still on some like, yo, we really here? We're really about to go on this run. It's the last ride for Big Ben. And we're going to hope that after Sunday night, this won't be the end. You feel me? So that's that. I know I kind of went off a little bit, but, this is what it is, man. Big Ben press conference. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the comment section. Make sure you like, share the video. I'm not sure when, you know what, I'm going to keep that to myself. But but yeah, the Steelers for 7 podcast, episode 85, will be out. All streaming platforms, Friday. It's going to be a big one, man. Wild card weekend. Hopefully it's not the last game we see for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know earlier in the year, if you paid attention to the podcast over since the beginning, I started off being very optimistic in the beginning, saying, yo, you know what, we did so many changeovers, yo, we might actually be good. I actually bought what they were selling, right? So me watching the season, I'm just seeing how bad it is. I'm like, oh, man. And then we get close all the way up into the Browns game. I'm like, yo, man, we don't even deserve to go. I don't want to go because I already know, man. It's like, if we go, we're going to be out. And it's like, yo, we could just spend that time worrying about the draft and all that. I was kind of defeated, I'm not going to lie. But after that Browns win, like, seeing, like, that being an emotional game in itself, I was like, yo, dog, I don't want next week to be the end. So, which was, the Ravens game. And that went how it went. I didn't even watch the Raiders and the Chargers game. Didn't even watch it. There was no point. I was like, look, man, if it's a tie, and when I woke up and found out I went to overtime, I said, wow, okay. But yeah, man, I like Big Ben's energy. I like his demeanor, very professional. You already know, man. He's been in the game for a long time. The media is friendly to Ben, and they're not friendly to Mike Tomlin. They always trying to get Mike Tomlin out of pocket, but he keeps it tight. You feel me? Like, he's good. But Ben, you saw it. There was a whole bunch of like chuckling, laughing, and a lot of appreciation. Granted, it's Ben's last year. So that's kind of like they're getting their last goodbyes with him, but it's been like that this whole year, man. It's been like that. It's been like that for a while. Let me not just say this shit. But let me know. I'm out of here, man. Let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. Just make sure you subscribe. If you didn't subscribe, hit the like. Just hit the like button, man. Please. It's like, nah, man. I'm out of here. It's your man, Kev Easy, man. Steelers for 7 podcast, episode 85 on Friday.